Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to BWTN Sports. We are live for Joyce versus Ivica Bacurin, the change of opponent for
Welcome to BWTN Sports.
Joyce. So, last time out, Joyce put on an impressive performance against Leroy Thomas to become the new champion of the Commonwealth. Since then, people have made calls for him to fight Chisora. So we're looking forward to seeing what Joyce can do tonight. Again, if you haven't heard the news, David Haye is no longer a professional boxer. He is now a promoter. He has been a promoter for a little while now. And he does look a lot smaller now, doesn't he, David Haye? My goodness me, he looks smaller. But it's great to see that he's promoting now. I think he's going to make a great promoter, David Haye. So, yeah. But he's happy. He's happy doing what he's doing. So David's just talking at the moment about, I don't know what he's talking about because the volume's low. See, so thank you all so much for those who are tuning in to listen to the show. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, and leave your comments. As always, we appreciate them. So we're just waiting to see, obviously, Savannah Marshall we want to see tonight as well. Because if you haven't checked out the video, we did an interview with Savannah Marshall and Peter Fury. Was it Wednesday? Yesterday, I think it was. The day before Wednesday, we spoke to Savannah Marshall. So we're just watching clips of Joyce here in his destruction of Ian Lewison. Then we're watching him fight that guy he knocked over in a round. I can't remember what his name was. Just a big overhand right. And then the big right and then knockout of Donny, whatever his name was. And the one I thought was most impressive was against Leroy Thomas. Just cuffed up, beat Leroy Thomas all around the ring. Just beat him up. Beautiful shot on the inside. I mean, I love the way Fury left hook inside and took Thomas out. Now he fights Ivica Bacurin. Now, I know I've seen Bacurin fight someone before. I'm sure I've seen him fight someone. I mean, Bacurin's pretty tough. But yeah, he looks in good shape as well, Bacurin as well. So, you know what? I might just box rate this guy Bacurin because his name sounds familiar. And I can't remember who Bacurin fought. Was it Dillian White he fought? I know he fought somebody. I'll tell you who he's fought and who I remember him for. Okay. He's had 30 fights, won 19 by KO. No, 13 fights, 30 fights, 19 KOs, lost 13, 5 by knockout. He's been knocked out 5 times. He is 36 years old. And he's fought Takam. Got KO'd by Takam. Yeah, fought Dillian White. Got KO'd by Dillian White. Got KO'd by Michael Wallach. Acid Bacurin. Tony Berry knocked him out. Pianetta knocked him out. Remember Pianetta, the unbeaten fighter. Gomez has knocked him. I think Gomez knocked split decision. Gassiev. He went points for Murat Gassiev. There you go. Jonathan Banks got KO'd by Jonathan Banks. Wow. So Bacurin's been around for a while, but you could be guaranteed tonight. It's on Dave TV. Bacurin's been around for a while, so you can only. I just look at his record here. If David Haye tells you anything about this is going to be a real tough fight for Joyce, you can forget it. Oh, also they show Michael Page tonight as well. The unorthodox Michael Page. I was very impressed with Michael Page's debut. Lots of showboating and all the rest of it. Bit of an entertainer, but kickboxing and boxing are 2 different things. You know, beating guys up that you expected to beat up and look good, that's great. But, of course, the real test for him is going to be when he actually fights somebody of some real note or half decent. We're going to see where Venom Page is as a boxer, not a kickboxer. That's where Page, I believe, has made his name. So, yeah. So, there we go. Just hearing Dave still talking about. So Bacurin, we know tonight Joyce should knock Bacurin out. I mean, Tony Belly's knocked him out. Pioneers has knocked him out. Jonathan Banks has knocked him out. I'm surprised that Gassy have never knocked him out. I think Gassy had 13 fights at that point in time. Belly's knocked him out. Dillian White's knocked him out. Natalis Tackham's knocked him out. So, yeah, you can expect nothing but a knockout tonight. So, probably Joyce will knock this guy in the first couple of rounds. Oh, we're watching first. It's Michael Page first against Mikhail Kayak, I think it is. We're just going to a commercial break. That's nice. So I hope you all are well today, listening to the channel and the live boxing. Good to see you in the room, Stuart. How's your day been today? Let's have a little chat. How's your day been today, my friend? How's your day been today, Stuart? Hope you're well. And anyone else who's listening to this commentary at the moment, welcome. So I'm looking forward to seeing Savannah Marshall, who I was with day before yesterday with Peter Fury. Savannah Marshall is fighting on this card tonight, I believe. So we're looking forward to seeing that. This is a pointless fight. Do you agree, Ingram? Well, I don't know. I don't know if it's pointless. It's pointless to you or me because we know what's going to happen. But bearing in mind, if you look at Joe Joyce's last couple of fights, they've all been knockout wins against guys he should knock out. So the thing is, it looks good on the highlight reel. It gives people the impression, oh, Joe Joyce looks dangerous. But they're guys that are meant to get knocked out. So Joyce has got knocked Bacurin out in the first couple of rounds. I expect Joyce to knock this guy in the first 2 rounds, Bacurin, to be honest. Hi, Ian Neverson. What part of the US are you from? But yeah, actually, I understand the point of view, thinking it's a bit of a pointless fight. I do understand your point. Yeah, it took Dillian White 6 rounds. I think you're comparing Dillian White to Joe Joyce, who technically is a better fighter. Atlanta, Georgia. Oh boy, the home of Evander, real deal, Holyfield. And if you're a man if you're a Christian man, then it's Creflo Dollar, Atlanta. Ingram should remind people, you said Wilder Joshua was done weeks back before anyone was convinced. Yeah, I mean, that they've been talking about this fight being a done fight for a while, but now I'm hearing the whole Povetkin stories come up now. You just don't know what's going on. You really don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But I mean, if it does pull off, then we'll see what happens there. Let's see, Core 971. But again, according to Peter Fury, Povetkin's going to fight Joshua. But then his thinking is because Povetkin basically doesn't fight well against smaller guys and against taller guys. And that's why Peter says, well, then just smash up Povetkin, make some quick money. That's Peter's thinking behind it. So supposedly now Eddie Hearns is sending the contract out today, but I can't trust anything that Hearns says, to be honest with you. And that's because of a history of things that he said that just either don't come to pass or you find contrary to afterwards. Joyce versus Wilder. Yeah, I don't think so. I think Joyce is pretty flat on his feet, flat-footed. Clearly lost to Watch Up Chisora. White is a waster. He got lucky with the win against Chisora and has been fighting bums ever since. Now White is cashing in. I picked Parker to win. Well, I think a lot of people think Parker's going to win. The question I ask a lot of people is, what gives you the confidence that Parker's going to win the fight? I mean, when he had Joshua in that fight, he didn't, in the closing rounds, he didn't show me enough about himself to wanting to win there, become a overnight sensation. You know, he didn't do enough for me. He didn't show me any extra desire to want to win the title. He just seemed to me as a guy that was just happy enough not to get knocked out. Now, if Dillian Whyte catches Parker early, is Parker going to go back into that mindset again of, well, I don't want to get knocked out here? So just see Michael Page wrapping up here and giving us a wink from the old Betfair commercial. We're back now with Haymaker, Ringstar. I'm backing David Haye to be a really good promoter in the UK. I think he's got what it takes. He certainly knows how to hypnotize you into believing something that is not. I mean, he's hypnotized us boxing fans for years. Hypnotized loads of us to believing that he would beat Bellew in his rematch. So, you know, Haye is a man that has a way. He's a very charismatic individual. Okay, now Craig Stevens is calling the two fighters to the ring. Now, he looks to me like Mikhail Kayech, but God knows, pronunciation is probably wrong. Let's see. I like to see Savannah Marshall there in the audience. I'm seeing Big Mick Hennessy there in the front row. Good old Mick. He's going to be happy, obviously, knowing now that Hugh Fury is now ranked 5 in the world by the IBF. Kayech. I'm going to call him Kayech. I could be completely wrong. Mikhail Kayech. He looks like he's from France. Okay, he looks well set. He's bouncing his way down. Pretty confident. He's in good shape. Got something like maybe UN written on his back. Looks like the way he's written it back, it looks like a sheep ready for slaughter. You know, and I don't think anyone of limited skill that's going to come straight forward in straight lines against Michael Page is probably going to get another exhibition day. It's going to be another exhibition like we saw the first time in his first bout. So now they're introducing Michael Page to the ring. The question about Michael Page, is he going to be an exhibition type fighter? What I mean is he's going to be one of these guys that look really good, but when it really comes down to it, he's going to flop. We just don't know. Michael Page now, kind of bouncing left to right, dancing. He's an entertainer for sure, but people are really going to know, well, can you fight? That's what really going to run there. You can do all the dancing you want. We know what you can do in the other, you know, the other side of the sport, another sport, but can you fight in boxing? That's the question that people want to know about Michael Page. Ultimately, that's what they're going to want to know. This is a better show than Frank Warren's circus show. I think your stream is a bit behind, Ingram. The view's the best. He's already in the ring in my stream. Okay. Ronnie McIntyre just called it was no offense. So he's getting himself into the ring here. Mr. Okay. 31 to 27, 6'3", 5'8", 1-0, and Kayech is 5-0. They both got one knockout to them. 5'8" or 6'3", so it's a light heavyweight bout. Kayech has been beaten 5 times, so he's just here to get beat again. I wonder if he'll try and get brave. I don't know about that bit, but I think he's just here to get. They're both in a ring, and announcer is making his announcement as he would be. Of course, announcer making his announcement. That's what he does. Silly me. Right. So all I'm looking at Michael Page and saying, okay, are you a gimmick or can you actually fight? I know you can fight in another code, but can you fight boxing? Do you remember? Did anyone take you back? Do you remember Pele Reid? And Pele Reid was knocking a whole heap of people out. Remember Pele Reid? And then that one day, Dally was hitting the chin and it was all over. I might go back and watch that fight, actually. Right, so let's look at this guy. Mikhail Kayech. 27, 1 win, 5 losses, and no draws. I do always ask myself the question. Oh, he just poked his tongue out at the camera. Ooh. Right. I was supposed to question these fighters. You lose 5 fights. You've won 1 fight. You lost 5. I mean, what keeps these guys going? Oh, Ismail Salas in the background. with Michael Page. 31 years old, so you're going to have to get a move on at light heavyweight. He's one fight, one win, no losses, no draws. Michael Venom Page. So, you know, when you think to yourself, okay, this is where Michael Venom Page is. Then there's Anthony Yard. Then there's Callum Johnson. Then there's Kovalev, Bivol, Stevenson, and Bertibev. So when you look up those guys at the top of the division, the real top of the division, and Michael Page is 31. You think to yourself, is this guy good enough to be going in against those guys? So Kaich is what I'm calling his name. And this is round one. Michael Page, hands down by the side, dancing from side to side, just popping in one left, right, left, does the bolo, misses, just bouncing around the ring. Michael Page. I mean, it looks great here. He's got his hands down by his side, legs wide apart. One-two from Page. And this Kaich is already backed up. Kaich looks like you look at Kaich, he looks like a welterweight in there compared to him, or middleweight versus a light heavyweight, I'm telling you. There's no reason whatsoever. Kaich trying to throw a right hand and Page just slipped him to the sides. But if you've got basic skill against Page, he's going to humiliate you. And that's what he's going to do here. Switching from orthodox to southpaw Page. Hands down by the side. I really hope he's got good distance and timing, because I tell you something. As he moves up in class against guys who can actually punch, we're going to see. Throws a right uppercut from outside of distance there, Page. It all looks quite flashy, but you think to yourself, these are bad habits he's got here now. I mean, would he dare do something like this against a Kovalev? I mean, would he do it against, would he Page him do it against Anthony Yard? Big straight right hand there. Dancing like the drunken master. He's dancing, he's switching from right to left. And he's acting like he's been hurt and feigning around and feigning and fading. And he's moving from left to right like a drunken master. And Bacurin's got his tongue out. And Page is clowning. But, you know, he's looking for a big right hand there. And then Kaich is another jab, tap with a jab there. Kaich backs up. Jab from Page, looking to load him up with a big. You can see the right hand's waiting. He's dancing. He's moving from left to right. Big right hand again, and Kaich backs up against the ropes. Kaich smiles. Page is just dancing from side to side, using the jab and using the right hand. And down goes Kaich. Does he fall down or did he get pushed down? With a big cut over his eye. It's the first round. 40 seconds to go. Kaich is up. Page smiles to the camera, and here he comes. Jab, jab, waiting for the big right hand. Misses one uppercut. Almost got nailed with a right hand by Kaich. Page behind the guard. He's got his chin down low, tucked behind his shoulder. Smart. Throws a right uppercut from way out of distance. A decent goal. Just step back and hit him with a straight right hand. Straight left, right hand, right, left. I think Page is going for the finish here. Uppercut, right, left, hook, oh, and Kaich looks, he's going to go, a right uppercut, left hook. Kaich tries to fight back, but Page is on him, jab, end of the round, and Page sort of like stumbles back. Well, he plays like he's stumbling back to the corner, end of round one. See, all right, this showmanship is fine, and I understand it, right? And people are going to like it, and people are going to hate it. I understand, totally, boxing fans, but look, it is pretty awful when you're doing this. When you're doing this against guys who, ultimately, at the end of the day, you know, he's got a 1-5 record. You're not really proving anything. You know, you're not proving anything at all. So it's 1-5. Do you know, if he was doing this against that guy that was 20-0, then yeah, maybe I'd give Page some credit for this. But he's doing this against a guy who's lost 5 fights. It isn't cool. It really isn't cool at all. This is round 2. Page again, bouncing from left to right. Big right hand, down he goes. And Page I think this could be the end of the fight now. Yeah, it's more or less over. He's smiling to the crowd, talking to the crowd. It's over. It's over. Big right hand, it's over. And Page pokes his tongue out. But, I mean, yeah, he's dancing and doing all this. It's fantastic and great. And it's fabulous. There'll be bigger fights ahead of him. You know, you certainly can't do that stuff against a guy like Sergey Kovalev or a guy again, you know, like Bivol. You know, this sort of stuff is you got to kind of calm it down. Do you know what I mean? Got to calm it down. You've just knocked a guy out. Yeah, you've done the job against a guy you should be knocking out, who's got 1 win and 5. He's been beaten 5 times, so you're not really proving anything here. You know, so I don't know what Page gains from this. Of course, he's going to have fights going through, but they're same. I mean, the first guy fought is like this. The first guy and the second guy are carbon copies. But to be honest with you, it's, you know, he's going to be one of these guys you're either going to like or you're going to love. So it's what you like, really, when you look at it. Do you like the showboating? Fine, but do you understand why showboating the way it is? It's not great for me. It's not great. I mean, like I said, if he did it against a 20-year-old guy, or, you know, he's in a major title fight and he was doing that stuff, like when Naz was world champion and he was dazzling, and he did, that's different. But, you know, you're sticking your hand here. You've had better fights at MMA. I mean, I don't see what the purpose of all that is. If he's 31 years old, he needs to be stepped up. I mean, if that's the case, I mean, he's got to fight better off position. That to me was laughable. You know, I don't quite understand what the purpose of the fight was. Drum up interest, yeah, but you know, I think he could have done the job. He could have cut a little less. He could have cut that sort of all that showboating back. You know, and we'll see. We'll see. I just don't think. I mean, I'd like to see Venom Page against Anthony Yard, Hosea Burton. Those would be guys that I'd like to see against. Callum Johnson. Would you really want to see Callum Johnson cracking this guy on the chin? I mean, I don't know. I'm not convinced on Page yet. He seems to have a decent skill set, but who's testing it? I mean, he's lunging with right hands from right uppercuts from way outside distance. The smart guy will either step back and wait for him to come in and counter him. So we'll have to wait and see. Just showing some commercials here of somebody from the British Athletics. What's your opinions? What do you think of how Page has fought tonight? What are your opinions? How do you feel? Do you think that showboating is fine? Do you think showboating is good within reason? Or do you think that he's going to get found out as soon as he fights somebody decent? I mean, he could, you know, Page could quite very easily be the guy you love to hate. And that's cool, because if that's what he wants to be, the guy you love to hate, then the British media are going to love him. Just seen a commercial here with Michael Hasselhoff. Remember Michael Hasselhoff? The guy who used to be Knight Rider. He's doing an advertisement for Farm Foods. Oh, dear. Farm Foods. How the hell did Hasselhoff get into our Farm Foods commercial? Wow. How the mighty have fallen. Well, you're probably getting good pay, well paid for that. Shooter House's only logical answer is it's on Dave. Gets exposure. People love showboating. Gets him known. He looks good beaten and unknown. He isn't as good as Yard. No way. Showboating against the decent opposition, not knockovers. This is a very valid point here. Core 2971. It's a very valid point. There's a time and a place for showboating. I mean, look, I don't mind a bit of showboating. Like, it's a grudge match. A guy, you know, you've got a grudge match, a guy who's got similar ability to you, and you're outclassing them, right? I mean, or you are a world champion and you've got to make a defense of your title, and you're just, or you are a champion of some sort and you are just the guy you're fighting, you're just leagues above. That's different. You know, when Jeff Lacey fought Joe Kawasaki, and everyone was thinking Joe Calzaghe was going to get flattened by Lacey. When Joe Calzaghe put on that masterful performance against Jess Lacey 10 years ago, when Joe was showboating in that fight, he's able to do what he did against Lacey. That's different. You're showboating, you're showing that sort of arrogance in a situation where a lot of people thought that you were going to get your ass handed to you. That showboating, that's class. If Deontay Wilder were to showboat when he's fighting Anthony Joshua to showboat when he's fighting Wilder, and he won the fight, man, that would be, again, another example of, at the highest level, showboating. That's class. It's different. But showboating against a guy who's had 5 losses on his record and has been knocked out by Tony Bellew and Dillian White and Jonathan Banks. Do you know what I mean? I'm not quite sure what that kind of proves, apart from you're just another guy to knock out a guy that's 36 years old. No, sorry. I'm talking about Kajic, which completely confused the guys around. A guy's had 5 fights, he's lost. Sorry. But probably talking about Bacurin. That's probably going to happen Bacurin next. Another fight that makes no sense. But there you go. We'll go back to Kajic. You're not fighting the guy who's had 5 fights. He's lost. He's been knocked out all these times. I mean, you tell me. David Hasselhoff, going on. Joe fight started yet? No. Michael was in Knight Rider. Yes, he was in Knight Rider. We're just waiting for the commercial to end. And we're back with Michael Page and Mr. Mikhail Kajic. I hope I pronounced the guy's name right. My apologies, Mr. Kajic, if that's not your name. Michael Page is like celebrating like he's won the World Cup or something. His hands raised. Michael Page wins by KO. I don't quite understand why Page is there. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's the plan. I don't know what goes through his head. And certainly a guy I'd like to interview just to ask him why he feels the way he does. I mean, I've never seen Page fight at MMA, but I hear he's a spectacular MMA fighter. So, Paul Dempsey would definitely ask him the questions, what do you hope to prove by knocking out a guy that's been knocked out or beaten 5 times already? But hey, I guess the way to justify it would be, well, this guy, Page, he's converting from MMA to boxing and he's looking spectacularly doing it. What do you expect him to do? Go and fight Kovalev in his first fight? No, I don't expect that. But he has got a fighting background, Page. It's not like he's a complete novice. He's got a fighting background. He has some style there. Congratulations to Michael Page. I think Davies got to step him up a bit. I'd like to see him at light heavyweight against a decent guy. It doesn't have to be a Frank Buglioni or a Callum Johnson. They're just showing the fight again. I really don't want to see this again. I really don't see it. If he fights guys like this, he'll be unbeaten for the rest of his life. If he keeps fighting guys like that. I mean, the first guy he fought and the second guy he fought was exactly the same. So I'm not sure. I don't know yet. But yeah, Davy's going to big him up and tell him that he's the next best thing since sliced bread. And then the light heavyweights. And that the light heavyweights are going to be... now, I don't know about Big Isaacson. I'm not sure if Joyce will get KO'd in the first round tonight. If anything, Joyce will get the KO tonight in the first. I'm not sure if he will get KO'd in the first. So, yeah, congratulations, Michael Page. I hope David steps up even a little bit more. I don't want to see Michael Page fight guys who are flat-footed, coming with their hands up, walking in straight lines again. So I'd like to see him fight something a little different, a little bit more ambitious, just see what Page has got. But, they might be very, very slow. I don't know what they're going to do with Michael Page. So I don't know how much more Page can improve from 31, how much more he can improve. And all those habits there, we don't know if they're good habits or bad habits. And the only time you're going to find if they're good or bad habits is when he fights better opposition. What happens when he gets tagged on the chin? What happens when he's hit to the body? What happens when, the opponent is a lot more classier or has got more skill set? Then what happens? These are the questions that, Michael Page is going to have to answer to boxing fans. So I think we have Joe Joyce current next. If I'm lip syncing, I'm reading. Yep, Joe Joyce is 4-0, of course. His very impressive win against Lenroy Thomas in his last fight. Bacurin. 30 fights, 13 losses, and 1 draw. So Bacurin's basically come to get himself splattered. That's why I think Bacurin will get knocked out in 3 rounds. I don't see him going any longer than that. Joyce will walk him down, throw the right hand, and I don't know how much. It just depends how much resistance Bacurin actually gives. So let's see what happens now. Is this the main event? It's 9:30. Let's see. Somebody was walking up the ramp, and then they're walking up the ramp, walking down the ramp, and they've walked back up the ramp. That's funny. I think they was walking into the ring a bit too early. That was funny. They're walking down the ramp and then walk back up the ramp. I'm not sure if the camera was meant to catch that. Shout out to Sharon. I thought there were 3 fights on. Well, I don't. Is this the main event? Let me see if this is the main event now. I'm looking forward to the Savannah Marshall fight, by the way. Are they going to show that fight? Let's see who's coming to the ring now. My boy, Eric Maconzo. Go on, Maconzo's on his way to the ring. Maconzo looked in great shape. Shout out to Eric Maconzo, who's been on the channel before. Met him a few times. Lovely guy. Great story. Remember we did a video, me and Eric together. And in the video, he said that he thought that Jeff Hall was pound for pound fighter. That was funny. He didn't really mean it. It was a bit of a jest, but people gave him a bit of stick for it. But it was all good. Eric Maconzo, one of the nicest guys you ever meet. But yeah, I was unfortunate last time I was able to see him fight live, but tonight I'm going to watch him fight live. So a very positive man, Eric Maconzo. So there we go. This is the Welshman. I think it's Cody Davis. But oh, look at him. Yeah, Cody Davis. King Cody from Wales. The last time I saw Maconzo fight was against one prospect. He was from Scotland. Now he's fine. Another prospect. He's from Wales. He says he's saying a little prayer here, King Cody. It's interesting. Before he even gets to the ring, he's praying on the steps. Very interesting. Super middleweight bout. Maconzo 5'11", Cody 6'1". Cody 4-0. Maconzo 9-6-0. Both got 2 KOs to their credit. 12. It's super middleweight contest. So just by 2 inches at 6'1" is Cody. It's an interesting fight here. Maconzo's going to look to upset Cody tonight. Pictures I see the Maconzo, he looked absolutely ripped. So let's see how this fight goes. Ladies and gentlemen, with a record of 9 wins, I think it's 2 inside the distance with 6 losses, Eric Maconzo. Come on, Eric. Oh, Gavin Rees. He's trained by Gavin Rees in Wales. Swansea would be. And with a record of 4 fights. 2 inside the distance. He's lost none and he's drawn none. The undefeated King Cody Davis. So again, the last guy that he fought was in Scotland, wasn't he? He was couldn't remember what the guy's name is. This is a super middleweight, not light heavyweight. So it looks like Maconzo has shed some pounds. He did tell me Davies going to try and move from light heavyweight down to super middleweight. So let's see how the fight goes. They've touched gloves. It's Maconzo versus Davis. Another opportunity for Maconzo to cause an upset here. And they're off. This is round one. Cody the southpaw, Maconzo the orthodox fighter. And straight away, Cody kicks Maconzo with a big right. And Maconzo backs up there. Davis hit Maconzo with a great shot there. Maconzo took it. So it's nice southpaw movement here from Cody Davis. Nice double jab there from Cody. The right jab from Cody because he's the southpaw. Maconzo walking him around the ring. But Cody just knocking him with the jab. Does a little shuffle there with the feet. Davis. He's got good footwork though, Davis. I'll give him that. But here comes Maconzo trying to work him against the ropes, and Davis welcomes it in and has fire. You know, I look at this guy already, and I know it's a bit harsh to say, but he moves around the ring slightly. He's got a nice jab. He's southpaw from Wales. He's got that Kawasaki look about him. It's interesting to see whether he puts his punch together in the same way. He's got movement. He's got good footwork here, Davis. We'll see all good right hand there from Maconzo. Does throw certain punches like Kawasaki as well. Kawasaki more of a slapper, the way he slips through shots. Cuffer, usually the cuffing shots. But he does have that same sort of stance and certain set way of Joe Kawasaki. If those who can remember Joe Kawasaki, Davis has got that similar sort of style. I'm not saying it's Joe Kawasaki, but he has a similar look about him. The way he throws the left hand over the top. His Davis looks a little tasty, he does. Throws a jab. He's got movement. Another bit of a showboater here. Moving from back to forth. Then does a little run to one side. Then uses the jab. Very interesting fighter here. And the thing is, what he's doing, Davis, don't be fooled by the footwork and all the dancing. What he's trying to do is move Maconzo onto position so Maconzo walks onto his left hand. He's looking for a place for that left hand. You watch him carefully. He's looking to find Maconzo with a left hand. He's just doing little things and drawing Maconzo onto him. Ah, he's just done what Joe Saunders did to Lemieux, where he looked at the crowd and put his hand over his head and saluted. Now this is different. This is good. Davis is different to what Michael Page was doing. Good shot there from Maconzo. Catches Davis there. A good shot. It's a bit more competitive. End of round one. So it was competitive there. There was a bit of movement there from Davis. Good movement from David. We saw good footwork. We saw him in range, throwing shots. He caught Maconzo earlier with a great left hand, right hook, actually. But Maconzo took it. Watch it again on the inside. Bang. Great right hook. Watch it again. All right. No, you're not showing it there. But yeah, I'd give that round to Davis. His movement, the punches he landed, it was good. It was nice to watch. It's a different class, though. I mean, at the moment, I love Eric, but this guy Davis looks tasty. The difference between him and Page is that actually Davis is boxing behind some good boxing fundamentals. Do you know what I mean? But here comes Maconzo now. He's fired up round two. Maconzo looking for the jab. And unfortunately, when Maconzo's coming forward, he's coming forward, he's jabbing, but he's leaving his chin high up in the air. So he's liable to get countered by Davis. Look for the straight left hand and the right hook as Makonza's coming forward for him to for Davies to walk Makonza onto those shots. Watch as Davies looks to walk Makonza onto the left hand with all the showboating. He's going to look him to walk him onto the left hand. Wait for it. Wait for it. Let's walk him onto the left hand. Bang. He goes to the left hand. Here's Makonza again trying to throw a combination. Wait for it. The left hand's coming. He's looking to set him up with the left hand. He's looking to set Makonza up with the left hand. And Makonza's gone down, but I don't think that was a push. You can see Davies is looking to line up that left hand on Makonza. He's popping a jab, but he's looking to line up the left hand. The left hand to the body there. And then a right hand. Makonza lands a nice shot there. We can see he's looking to land the left hand. Nice little combination there for Makonza. Makonza lands a nice combination there. And Davies skips back and throws a 1-2 through the middle. And another 1-2. Davies flicks out the jab. Nice upper body movement from Davies. He has got good footwork. Here comes Makonza trying to bully Davies against the ropes, but Davies just ties him up. Spins him, waits for the referee to break him. And back in the center ring goes Davies again. Jab from Davies. Davies right to the left hand to the body. Signals to Makonza for punching low. Davies. Jab from Davies, right hand from Makonza. So yeah, what I'm finding very strange by a lot of these British fighters is there's no feints. They set their attacks up, but there's no feints. Good little right jab there from Davies. Again, Makonza is following Davies around the ring. But I'd like to see, instead of following around the ring, close the range down on Davies. Close him down instead of just following around the ring. Try and close him down somehow. Makonza tried again, a leaping left hook, and Davies just walked him onto it. He's just walking Makonza onto shots. Makonza has a nice combination, but Davies tucks up and catches all those shots. Again, Makonza's been busy in this round, but he's been busy, but a lot of his shots have been caught. Again, Davies is still snapping Makonza's head back with shots. Again, it's 2-0 up for me for Davies. Makonza looking like Bruno. Like some say it's a Makonza round. I wouldn't call that a Makonza round at all. I would call that, but personal opinion, I think it's Makonza was a Davies round because Makonza was throwing shots, but a lot of the shots were being caught. A lot of the shots that Cody Davies was throwing, he was actually catching him, Makonza clean and knocking his head back. And he's walking onto counters. So, Cody round for me. Cody Davies, that is. Yeah, it's on Dave TV, by the way. Dave TV. Freeview. This is round 3 of 4. It's a 4-rounder fight. Nice. Here comes Makonza now. Trying to put the pressure on Davies. It's a 4-rounder fight, so Makonza won't win this in 5. Nice little combination there. Now, the one thing about Davies, I want to know how he fights under pressure when he's backed up with a lot of pressure on him. Makonza's got to win these 2 rounds to get the draw. He's got to win these 2 rounds. But he started brightly, Makonza, in round 3. Davies using the right jab. Now, right jab, the right straight left there from Davies. Makonza's work is a bit, I wouldn't say untidy, scrappy is the word. Like to see him not smother his work when he gets up close. Use the uppercut when he gets inside. There he goes. See, Makonza's got him against the ropes, but the punches are not, they look good from the outside, but they're not connecting. So a nice jab there from, a nice right jab again out the southpaw stance from Cody. Just popping the jab. There goes Makonza again. He's landed a couple of shots, but a lot of them are either missing or Davies is just moving out of the way or he's blocking the shots. If you're going to land them shots, Makonza, you've got to if you're going to throw shots, make sure they count for something. Just rushing forward. So Makonza's throwing them more shots in this round for sure, but quality shots, that's a different question. Again, counted again as Makonza comes in by Davis. And I think for Davis, the difference that separates him from Kawasaki obviously is the class, but the other thing is Kawasaki threw lots of punches. You know, in a situation like this where he's got you, Kawasaki would land 10, 15 punches on you. This guy, Cody, hasn't shown us yet that he can do that. And at the moment, he's only shown one gear at the moment, Cody. I'd like to see him put his foot down to make sure enclose the show. That's what I'd like to see. So I'd like to know if Cody can throw a big left hand there, but Makonza made him miss. And when he tried to throw that left hand from the back of the arena, I think the person at the back of the arena would have seen that left hand. Makonza slipped it nicely. There goes, nice combination there from Davis. There goes Makonza again, but he's just smothering all his work. And then Davis kind of feigns like he's hurt, then whacks 2 to the body. Nice combination there from Davis. Let's see who closes the round out now. Impressively. It's 13 seconds to go, and Davis made a miss. Davis moving back to left to right. Well, I don't know. It depends what you want in that round. You could give Makonza the round in terms of work rate, but again, quality of punches, they're not very good. Not being funny, but not very good punches. They're punches that are catching the arms and the gloves. Watch Makonza's work. They'll show it up close. They might show it now. Watch it. The punches that generally that have been landed from, here you go, there's Makonza's part. I'll work up close. Body shot from Makonza. Lands one, they've done 2 shots there. But yeah, this guy's going to get, if it carries on like this, he's going to get a unanimous point decision, to be honest. Fourth and final round, yeah, he's a bit inaccurate. And I hate to say it, and I love Eric, a lot of love for him, but he's going to have to work on his accuracy and what he does up close. He's smothering a lot of his work, and the punches are not quality shots. They're just rushing in punches. Okay, this is the fourth and final round. Unless Makonza gets a knockout, then I think this gentleman's got the fight in the bag. And here comes Makonza coming rushing out for 4th round. Again, sloppy shots. And the worst thing about it is Makonza's chin is up in the air when he's throwing these shots. Oh, missed a big right hand there, Makonza. He's going for it, Makonza. Throws a slapping right hand. And Cody just ties him up. Jab. Give Makonza credit. He's really trying to give a good fight and a good account for himself here. But he's outmatched here against a guy who looks really talented. But criticism of Cody, he hasn't, not at one point in time in this fight as he looked to me. He's done a lot of gesturing and moving from left to right and footwork, but he hasn't shown me that I want to bite down on my gun shield and take this guy out of here. At no point in time, he looks like he's quite happy to see a point decision here. I think at this level, you need to be showing guys, you know what? Yeah, I can box and I can take you out of there as well. I'd like to see Cody really put Makonza on the back from a nice little combination from Makonza here. But I'd like to see Cody really put his foot down and say, right, Makonza, have this. Well, we're not seeing that. He's quite happy to dance and entertain and drop his hands by his side and feint. And, you know, the only thing that's missing at the moment from Cody Davis tonight is the Ali shuffle. But other than that, I mean, he's done everything else more or less. Again, Makonza turns him nicely there, and the referee had to work Makonza for spinning Cody and hitting him. That's to say, none of that. So, last minute of the fight here, and unless Makonza lands something tremendous, this is going to be an easy points win for Cody Davis. I love Makonza, but I can't be biased. It is what it is. Cody is a different class tonight. You know. Nice left, right. Here's a combination. Again, Cody throwing some punches here. And now he's up close and smothering his work. Makonza holding him. Good Good straight left hand there from Davis, and threw 3 punches around the back of his head. Oh, I hear what the referee's going to say about this. Hines. There, Hines says, right, Jeffrey Hines, back of his head, warning for punching around the back of the head for Davis. And he tries to touch gloves, and Makonzo wasn't really having it. 20 seconds to go. There goes Makonzo now, putting a nice combination together. Makonzo really putting some heat on Davis in the last 20 seconds here. Davis just pops 4 or 5 jabs out. Holds him with a jab and then tries to whack him with the right hand. Davis looked tired after 4 rounds. As well as he looked a bit tired. The other thing about Davis is he looked a bit, what's the word? Flustered when Makonzo tried to take the fight to him. And the third thing is he only seemed to fight with 1 gear, Davis. So, yes, he looked good. He looked like he had some skill set there. But I'd like to see Davis really put punches together more. You know, I'd like to see him show a little bit more aggressive, you know, more aggressive output of punches. He didn't do that. He was quite content to see the fight go to points. So, yeah, I think Cody's won the fight on points for me. It should be a unanimous point decision for me. There's no way Makonzo's won the fight. The fight's definitely not a draw. So I think it's an easy win for Cody Davis there. Do you guys agree? Let me know what you think. Makonzo turning into Dave Allen. British level. Yeah, quite possibly. Quite possibly. He's going to have to fight him, and he's going to have to fight with more gears for sure. Makonzo gave his best shot there. Give fair play to him. Gave his best shot. But, you know, I think these guys like this are not good for Eric Makonzo to be fighting. Should be unanimous point decision for me. I don't know if you can hear it, but he's won the fight. Cody Davis decision. Again, I'd like to see Cody Davis in a battle against a guy who's going to put the pressure on him more than Makonzo. There were times when Makonzo put pressure on Cody and he looked flustered. He looked like a guy who didn't like pressure, but we'll see. Time will tell. Time always tells in these fighters. Time will tell. It will tell us more about Cody Davis. He's got some good footwork there. And, yeah, he's one to look forward to in the future. For me, if I'm Davis, I get him back in the gym. I like to see him see uppercuts in his arsenal. I like to see him throwing 4 5-punch combinations, not 1 and 2s. I like to see him, when he gets an opponent, really try and take him out of there. His knockout ratio will improve. He threw some nice shots on Makonzo early in the fight. I'd like to see him, instead of just trying to be happy to go. I mean, I don't know if it's the first time he's done a 4-round bout or whatever. He must have done 4-round bouts before. So he seemed quite happy just to do the 4 rounds. I'd like to see him really step on it and have a bit more urgency in his work. If I'm going to be critical. As for Makonzo, my criticism to him would be, well, you know, I don't know what his vision is, whether he wants to stay, he's going in journeyman mode or not. But I just putting punches together better. Felt that if he had put the punches together better, shot selection's 1 and shot placement 2. Shot selection is what shot to use, and then shot placement is what shot to use and where to put the shot. So he's throwing kind of shots round the guard, when I think he was more open with shot for uppercuts through the middle. Now, Makonzo could have dug some shots to see the body of Cody Davis when he got close, but he smothered too much of his work. So to rework on his inside game, maybe trying to tie up a guy with 1 hand and trying to hit him with the other hand, all the sort of tricks of the trade I'd like to see Makonzo trying to do if he's going to go down that journeyman route. So yeah, it was a good fight though, for good testing fight for Cody Davis, one that he can definitely go on and improve on. So we're just waiting again. It's another commercial break. We hope you're enjoying the commentary tonight. Please feel free to hit that like and subscribe button, and of course share the video. Okay. Just waiting to see if we're going to hear anything from tonight from Mr. Stavern. Shout out to Jeff Smith, the inspirational speaker. We're looking forward to doing a live interview with him in the air. So we're taking BWTM to new heights in his either helicopter or his plane. We'll be doing an interview. We're looking forward to doing that soon for the channel. So bear with me as we just get ready for the main. I think it's the main event now. Just watching Joe Joyce doing some skipping here. I think yes, Joe Joyce is probably next up. So again, congratulations, Cody Davis, on a win. He's got Gavin Rees there, so Gavin Rees will show him the ropes. He knows what it's like. Gavin Rees, former world champion. So just showing some of the fight with him and Makonzo. Don't know if Hughie Fury will be fighting Joe Joyce next, because I sat and had a meal, I had the evening meal with Peter Fury, hence why that interview's out there. And that was 2 days ago. I talked to Peter Fury, and Peter Fury said, I was on the phone. No, he was on the phone. I know. He was talking to me, we were having a meal, and we were talking about the great stuff that Mick Hennessy's done for Hughie and Tyson's career. And he said, the reason why I stuck with Mick Hennessy is because he delivers. And as he said that, he said, Hughie Fury's number 7 in the world. As he said that, his telephone rang, picked the phone, it was Mick. Mick told him, Peter, that Hughie was ranked 5th in the world. And when he responded to that, he turned around and said, yeah, he's 5th in the world. And he says, I want us to fight Pulev. So I think Pulev and Joe Joyce are worlds apart in terms of world rankings. So I think that's where Hughie will want to be. Hughie is obviously watching because his dad Peter's there, and Peter's there because Savannah Marshall's fighting. So that's why Hughie's in the audience, because Savannah Marshall's fighting. Just waiting for the next fight. Don't know what David's saying, but he's probably praising this guy and says he's the next super middleweight champion of the world. Well, David would, wouldn't he? So again, we're just waiting to hear. We'll see the big fight. It's 10 o'clock now, Dave. Get Joyce out. Oh, he's doing a lot of talking, Dave. God, he can talk. I can't hear what Dave's saying, David Hayes saying, but yeah, he's really pumping his fighter. The fight's on, Dave. Let him fight Billy Joe Saunders. Nah, they don't want to see that fight. Saunders will ruin him. Like, he's got to have more than one gear, though, this Davis. I mean, he's all right. But he's got to have more than one gear, Davis. He's going to have to show 2 or 3 more gears. That gear is not enough at world level. He's going to have more gears. He's going to have to show how he can fight, you know, off the back foot under pressure. That's what the things I want to see from him. Finally, the main event of the evening, Joe Joyce. Woo! Oh, baby. Just watching Joe Joyce now, working with Ismail Salas. So he's working with a good trainer. Again, we'll see how good Joe Joyce is when he actually fights somebody who can put up some sort of resistance against him. I don't see Bacurin being that resistance tonight. In fact, I see Bacurin getting blown over in a round or 2. Stavern calls Joe Joyce RoboCop. That's his nickname for him. But we'll see. The Commonwealth titles helped Joe Joyce. See, the Joe Joyce Dave Allen would have been an interesting fight. I'd rather see Dave Allen and Joe Joyce fight than Dave Allen versus Joker. I mean, no point. Expect to see Joyce blow Bacurin away in 1 or 2 rounds. That's what it is. That's what I'm expecting. So it's gone to yet another commercial break. Boy, he's milking these commercial breaks. Proper milking the commercial breaks. Let's have a chat during the commercial break, people. Joyce versus Price. That's a good fight. I'd like to see that. I'd definitely like to see that. Has Savannah been on yet, or they're showing it after? I think they're going to show Savannah afterwards. Now, Poe looked fierce, so I really want to see how Savannah does. The girl looked fierce when I saw her. I was walking out the hotel room after saying goodbye to Savannah, and she looked fierce. So we'll have to wait and see. Wonder when Peter's going back home. So we're just waiting for Joyce versus Bacurin. Joyce allegedly knocked Stavern's dreadlocks off, but what Joyce doesn't tell you is when he was doing the sparring session, he didn't tell the world about his sparring session with James Ali Bashir's fighter. Can't remember his name again. Serenko. Vlad Serenko. He didn't talk about Vlad Serenko. And according to Bashir, Vlad Serenko was handing Joyce's ass, but that wasn't mentioned. But why would it be? And according to Stavern, he wasn't even there, you know, he wasn't even in any sort of fighting shape. Joyce was ready to fight the week off or the week after. So Joyce was ready to fight. So I think there may be some validity to the fact that Joyce may have knocked Stavern's dreadlocks back, but if you think about it, Stavern isn't exactly the most difficult guy to hit, is he? So, I mean, if you hit Severn with a jab and his jab went back and his dreadlock kind of went back with it, I mean, it wouldn't be much of a statement, would it? So, especially if this dreadlocks weren't even tied up properly. So, we'll wait and see how Savannah Marshall does tonight. No spoilers, but yeah, we're looking to see Savannah Marshall fight later. We're just waiting for now Joyce to make his appearance to the ring and get rid of Mr. Bacurin inside 2 or 3 rounds. I'm going to give Bacurin 2 rounds. I'm just waiting to see. I'm going to see if I can get Mr. Severn in the room tonight to find out what the hell he's doing. But I'm just waiting to hear from him what's going on, because I haven't heard nothing from him yet. I don't know what conversation he had with Don King. So I'm just waiting back to hear from him. Don't know if he's still meeting with Don King or what. We're just waiting to hear back. We'll see what's going on with Joyce and Bacurin. Long damn commercial breaks. Is this a 10-15 fight or what? Let's go, Chab. Is anyone interested and got Sky? The VIP promotions show is on channel 422 tonight later. Okay. VIP promotions. Who's fighting on that show tonight, my friend? Oh, Liam Cameron versus Nicky German. Joy's getting his dance moves ready. Well, of course he would be. Here we go. Joyce versus Bacurin. The main event of the evening. 10 rounds or less. Well, I think we're going to be rather on the less side of things. Craig Stevens is the announcer. Making his way to the ring. Ivica, I don't know. Ivac. He's pronounced his name wrong. Ivica Bacurin. I'm just going to call him Bacurin for short. Makes it easier. It's Joyce versus Bacurin. Main event of the evening. 10 rounds or less. Well, I think, to be honest, 36 years old. I just think that Joyce is going to get rid of this guy and get rid of him real quickly. One of them big right hands and Bacurin will just fall on the floor. I expect to see something like that happen. And here comes the juggernaut, Joe Joyce. Joyce is dancing. Joe Joyce, the big man. Get them dance moves ready. And here he comes. All seems a bit robotic still, though. But here comes Joe Joyce, making his way to the ring. Walks very slowly, circumspect to the ring. Dancing slowly to the ring, yeah. Up he steps. Is he going to walk over the rope? Puts one leg over the rope, the other leg in the rope. And here we are. Joe Joyce, all in red and yellow trim in the ring. Joe Joyce against Bacurin. Up next on BWTN Sports. So, Joyce 32, Bacurin 36. 6'6" is Joyce, 6'2" Bacurin. 17 stone 3, 14 stone 10 pounds Bacurin. 4-0 record, Bacurin 13 30 fights, 13 losses. It's 1 draw, 4 KOs for Joyce, 4 fights, 4 KOs. And Bacurin's at 18 KOs. Now, remember, Bacurin's been knocked out by Tony Bellew. He's been knocked out by Jonathan Banks. He's been knocked out by Dillian White. He's been knocked out. He's been knocked out by quite a few fighters. The only guy that fought him he didn't get knocked out by was Gassiev. That's something. There we go for the main event of the evening. Thank you for joining us for the main event of the evening. I don't expect this fight to last long. I expect the fight to last as long as the ring walk. If that. So. Just got my hay fever spray in there. The Commonwealth champion, of course, Joyce. Let's remember that. Ivica Bacurin. He said. See, sometimes I wonder these guys, when they come to ring, what's their ambition, what they're thinking. Are they thinking to themselves, I'm going to give them my best shot. I'm going to hit with the first time I get hit with a right hand, I'm going to fall over. I always wonder these guys. You've been knocked out so many times, you wonder. He's always look confident, with hands up in the air. He smiles to the camera, he winks at the camera. Ivica Bacurin, and Joyce. 32 years old, 17 stone, 3 pounds, 4 fights, 4 wins. The juggernaut, Big Joyce. Oh dear. Heavyweight versus cruiserweight. So look at this. I think Jeffrey Hines is just giving them the instructions. I do wonder how much these foreign fighters actually understand what the damn hell the referee is saying, especially if he's English speaker referee. I do wonder if these fighters understand what's going on. I think they would do. So it's Joyce versus Bacurin. I predict this fight goes 2 rounds. Might even get out the first. And here we go. Round 1. Bacurin. Joyce comes to the middle of the ring. And Joyce is doing his little shuffling from right to left with his arms. Bacurin is moving from left to right. Not allowing Joyce. He's nice bit of movement from Bacurin, which is good. Right hand from Joyce. Bacurin moving from left to right, right to left. There's a bit of movement. Finally, Joyce is fighting somebody who can move a bit. So Joyce is now going to be following Bacurin around the ring. Jab, jab. He's walking Bacurin around the ring. Bacurin just moving. Joyce throws the body shot. Everything Joyce does seems to be in slow motion. Like somebody's just hit the slow motion button every time he throws punches. But big clubbing shots he does land. Joyce just walking Bacurin round the ring. He's just looking to close his nose like cat and mouse at the moment. Bacurin just moving. And goes Bacurin to play for a lower weight division, so he knows what it's like to move. He's got speed, so he'll see the big punches coming, you would think. Bacurin just moving. Just think that if Joyce catches him clean, what happens? But he's making Joyce move. And then he throws his own little shot of his own there, Bacurin. Nice from him. Joyce, big right hand from Joyce. Bacurin turns his back. There we go. Right hand again from Joyce. That movement is going to stop soon. Jab from Joyce. 1-2, down goes Bacurin. It's a 1-2, top of the head, and Bacurin goes over. I don't know if that was it when he's seen he's around the back of the head, he's claiming. Back of the head, he's claiming. Back of the head, he's claiming. He's going to get counted out here, I think. It's over. He's claiming he's got hit around the back of his head there. On his neck, he's saying. And I think the fight is over. Jeffrey Hines has counted him out. First round, I think. Joyce is like just... Oh, he's gone back to his corner. Joyce is just doing a little dance, put his hands in the air. He does a kick and he does a sort of somersault. And he's doing another one. He's spinning around and the fight is over. Well, that was to be expected from Joyce. A relatively easy bout. Bacurin gave us a bit of movement. But as soon as he got hit with a 1-2, the inevitable happened. And Joyce wins by knockout. Eddie eyeing up his opponent. That's a tiny thing. What a car crash. God. I don't think boxing fans are too impressed with that performance. Well, yeah, I'm not that impressed with Joyce, to be honest. Nice win from him, but hey, there's going to be a tougher test ahead. He still looks pretty robotic. No matter how much you're trying to loosen Joyce up, he's still got that robotic movement about him. It all seems all forced. The movement all seems forced. And Bacurin had the right idea, though. He had the right idea, moving. But, of course, a cruiserweight against a big heavyweight puncher like Joyce, that was going to happen. I would like to see Joyce against Bryant Jennings. I would like to see Joyce against Dillian White. I'd like to see Joyce against... I'd like to see Joyce against some good fight. I'd like to see Joyce against Gorman. I'd like to see Joyce against Dubois. You know, I'd like to see him against those guys. I'd even like to see Joyce versus Dave Allen. That's a fight I think should be made. Joyce versus Chisora. Interesting. I'd like to see Joyce now fight somebody of some note. I really would. You know, I really would. I mean, I know he fought Lewis in his first fight. He fought Lenroy Thomas. Yeah, I get it. But Bacurin started showing a bit of movement. So they're just making the announcement now of Joyce. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much of a post-fight you can give to this, apart from Joyce did what he's meant to do, which is good. I'm glad he got the job done as quickly as he did. So nobody can say anything. It was a late replacement, and he did what he had to do, Joyce. So congratulations, Joyce, win by knockout. Wouldn't have wanted it any other way. 2 rounds I gave this guy at best. Joyce did it in 1. Congratulations, Joyce. Let's move on. Let's very quickly forget about this fight and let's move on. And let's not talk about Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua and calling those guys out after a performance like that. That is disgusting. I would just very quietly go about my business and maybe look to call out. Go ahead and call out maybe Bryant Jennings or Big Baby Miller. That's a different situation fighting Big Baby Miller to fighting the guys he's been fighting so far. Big up BWTM. That's what's killing boxing. He's wearing football socks for F's sake to pay to take a light. Is it me or do you look like this guy ain't come to fight? Who had their cane rows the longest? Hail the referee. Paid to take a dive. The shot didn't land proper. No shot and the bomb is just laughing to the bank. Well, okay. Let's have a look and see the match shot on the replay. If they're brave enough to shot on the replay. I don't know if they will shot on the replay. Damn, that meat looks good, but I'm not. I'm a vegan, so a vegetarian. So we've got some vegetarian burgers that look just as good as these burgers. I'm telling you. Marks and Spencer's money well spent. Okay. Yes. Some blonde is trying to sell me some hair products, but John Friedel, but it's not really going to work for me, to be honest. But thanks anyway. Thanks, but no thanks. Need some Afro products. But thank you anyway. Gift Gaff, mobile network. Let's see what else is up. These are commercials going up, by the way. Who would you like to see Joe Joyce in next with? I caught the replay. That fella got touched at the back of the head. That's what I said. The wind of that shot knocked him out. Joe Joyce versus Dominic Quinn. Quinn never been stopped. Even the coach told him in the corner, nothing touches you. Get off the canvas. What they show next, it says finishes at 11. England needs that soul glow gel. LOL. Black and beautiful is what they call it. Black and beautiful. Oh, what's the other one? Jerry curls. I used to have that back in the day. Big Joe Joyce still undefeated. Wonder why. I tell you a fight I'd like to see. The guy that we've got on the channel, Martin Bacurin. Martin Bacurin against Joe Joyce. Now, that's a fight I'd like to see. Because he ain't going to get away with that nonsense he's been getting away with so far. I love to see Martin Bacurin against Joe Joyce. Would love to see that fight. Would love to see that fight. Really would. I'd be interested to see Joe Joyce against Dave Allen. Because I think that Dave Allen takes a good shot. He'll come forward. I mean, Joe Joyce won't be the hardest guy to hit. But just whether Dave Allen fancies a fight like that. Well, the thing is, it's not even if Dave Allen fancies a fight like that. It's whether they can pay Dave Allen enough for that fight, you know? So, Dave Allen would be Dave Allen. Joe Joyce, Bacurin should be nice. Miller should be next, or Dubois. That's not going to happen. Bacurin, yes, says AA. Love Billy as well, Ingram. Good guys, good laugh. Yeah, but I hope you've enjoyed the interviews with Billy Nelson. What did you think of the interviews with Billy Nelson and Martin Bacurin? I think they needed some exposure, particularly Martin Bacurin. That's why I did that series with Billy Nelson and Martin Bacurin. We see the same guys over and over and over and over again in boxing. So I thought Billy Nelson, he's come all the way from Scotland. He's got Martin Bacurin here. Why not get the interview with both of them? So I figured it was a good thing to do. So we did the interview. Something a little different for the channel. I think I'll set a fight with White if he loses to Parker. Yeah, that's an interesting fight. No, I don't think they'll put Dubois in with him. No chance. Absolutely not. I think, was it at one point Joe Joyce was meant to fight Tom Little? I'm sure that fight was meant to happen. And I think it fell through. Tom Little's now fighting Daniel Dubois. So we'll see. We'll see how that works itself out. I like to see the progression of Savannah Marshall tonight. Superb. I met Billy first when I was about 8 years old. He trained a family friend, Willie Limond. Oh, wow. Joyce versus Mansour. Now, there's a fight right there. And Mansour, Joe Joyce. That's a good fight right there, bro. That's a good call there, Lawrence Williams. Good call. I'd pay for that, definitely. Because, you know, you can punch. Yeah, the winner, Joe Joyce. What's he going to say now? Commonwealth champion. Why didn't you defend your title against somebody in the Commonwealth, man? I mean, maybe I'll say Bacurin was a Commonwealth title defense. That's disgusting if they call it a title defense. That probably wasn't. Well, I don't know. Maybe it was a title defense. I don't know. But you know, fighting like that guy, Joe Joyce should be back in the ring next month. I'm serious. He should be back in the ring next month because that's really nothing. I mean, how many weeks was Joe Joyce in the gym training for that fight? I mean, that really is not, you know, I don't know. Let's look at this again. Let's look at this replay. Left to right. It's going to the ropes. And, oh, yeah, it was a nice shot, actually. It was a shot. It was the left hook. Watch the left hook at the end. That's the left hook that lands. Cuffing blow. Look it. Left hook, top of the head. Watch it again. There's the left hook, top of the head. Now I'm looking again slowly. Does it actually hit him on the top of the head? He's pointing to the top of the head. Look, it's again. Bang. There he is. He did hit him on the top of the head. Because you can see the neck sort of move slightly, twitch. I don't know if it was as hard as he's claiming it was. But he's claiming he got hit on the back of the head. But he's not going to, the backer is not going to get any he's not going to get any favours done from him anyway if he did get hit on the back of the head. because obviously Bacurin's the away fighter. There's no money in Bacurin, so yeah. But I think Brazil would be in a good fight. Gerald Washington, another good fight. Maybe Cornish will get made. And Masoud does well against tall heavyweights, Washington and Brazil. Kind of a weird fight for main event after beating Leroy Thompson. I agree. He was well known north of the border. I recommend Jake Carrigan McFarlane to be watched. Few IFL interviews of him, but he's absolutely changed. He's a changed man. Lost 8 stone in 8 months. Absolute character. Adam Scott says, stop off at the truck stop and find a part-time job. Gary Cornish is fighting, I think, on Box Nation now, as MTK has deal with them Glasgow dates as well. Okay, good to hear. Let's up the show Savannah Marshall now. Oh, what was that? Seeing a girl just knock a girl for ropes. I don't know who it is. Basheen. She just I see this girl called Basheen just knock a girl for ropes earlier tonight. Let's see what's going on here. Wow. You find all sorts of combinations. Basheen's got some long arms in her, boy. This girl's giving her some heavy licks, boy. Oh, Jesus. Oh, oi. This girl is throwing some, it's just thumping her around the ring, boy. She's just throwing them. She's got some long arms. And pull up. Take that. And take that. It's like, take that. And take that as well. It's like street fight. And take that. And take that as well. And then take that. And that. And that one too. Jesus Christ. Go on, Machine. You just top up a girl there. That was funny. That was so funny. That was so funny. Okay. Okay, Linus. Just watching a fight here now. Guy in the black trunks, guy in white trunks. For a lot of this guy, I heard a lot about him. A lot of people talking about him across the UK. He's done a few interviews as well with Truth and Facts about boxing. I'll find what this guy's name is. I'm trying to see his name now. Oh, what was that? That a right hand that landed there, and a left hook and a right hand. Oh, this guy's got Israel on the front of his trunks. I don't know what that girl was, but that's some proper punches that have been thrown around the ring. It looked like a proper street fight that did. The girl was handing out some proper licks earlier. Sorry. Anyway, back to business. I think it's Adolfo is fighting now. I might pronounce his name wrong, but he's under some real pressure at the moment here in the first round. Real pressure. This guy's really going for him as well. Dang. Oh, another big right hand and a left hook. Dang. Wow, this guy's really going for it. Dang. He's backing him up against the ropes. Roughing him up. I think his name's Linus Adolfo. I could have pronounced his name wrong. But yeah, he's under some real pressure in this first round. He's definitely losing this first round at the moment. I think this is a new signing of David Hayes as well. But this guy's come up. The other guy in the white trunks is coming like a truck. A real truck. He's rocked him again with a straight right hand. He's just coming in like a winging punches left, right, and center. Dang. Interesting first round. I think he actually rocked him. The guy in the white seems to rock the guy in the black trunks. I think he's trying to let his head clear at the moment. Right hand there. Nice shot. The guy in the white is looking just to put as many punches on as possible. He's trying to land as many shots as possible. Jumping in with shots. It kind of reminds the guy in the white trunk, kind of reminds me a little bit of Anthony Small. If you remember Anthony Small. Anybody remember Anthony Small? He reminds me, the way he's built is like Anthony Small. End of the first round. Dang. I think he got hurt in the first round. Yeah, he got staggered with a shot, it looked like. Look at it again. Left hook, yeah. Slightly scrambled his senses there. So again. Yeah, good shot. Good shots in that first round. Caught by surprise. The guy in the white trunks look like he's on coke. I've got to say, he does look fired up. Extremely fired up. But, you know, I don't know if he has to be on coke to be fired up, but he's definitely fired up. Maybe he's inspired by the girl, that Machine that fought earlier. Probably watched Machine fight earlier. I want to see that girl fight again. That was just funny. This is round 2 of 6. Guy in the black trunks. See if he can get himself into the fight the second round. The first round, the guy in the white trunks was just flinging. Jeez. It's like a shootout between these two guys. Guy in black trunks is a little bit more composed in round 2. I hope the guy in the white trunks hasn't shot his load. Because he was going for it in the first round. He's backing up. He's backing up, and he's backing up involuntary or voluntarily. When you back up involuntary and you've not been tagged with anything, it's a sign that your stamina is not the greatest. This guy looks also in the white. Brand caught with a big right hand there. Guy in the black trunk seems to now composed and got his composure back after being bullied around in the first round. Guy in the white trunks is coming forward now. Do you know, guy in the white trunks reminds me? It kind of reminds me of one of those guys who's gone in the gym and pushed some weights and then said he wants to become a professional boxer. That's what he looks like. No disrespect to him. That's what he looks like. He's very muscle bound. When you're muscle bound like that, you know that the lactic acid is going to get into your body and you're going to tire out real quickly. So, all them big shots now he was landing in the first round, or trying to land in the first round. Second round now, he looks like a guy who's kind of shot his bolt in the first round and now going through, just trying to go through the gears, but finding it difficult. Guy in the black trunk is making him slipping and making him now look pretty ordinary. Big winging right hand over the top. Guy in the black trunk slipped under it. Now picking him off with a jab. Nice jabs from the guy in the black trunks. He's just looking to, the guy in the white is just looking to load up with big shots. Somebody suggested in the comment section earlier that he was on coke. Then if it's coke, it's pretty bad coke. It's only lasted a round. I'd be looking for a refund, a real refund, because the coke's running out. This guy in the white is going to get himself knocked out. I'm telling you now, he's going to get knocked out. He's starting to catch big right hands now as well. He's going to get himself knocked out. I'm telling you. He's going to get himself knocked flat out. I can see it coming. Trying to land big shots now. But there's nothing on them big shots now. I'm telling you. Oh, I got caught with a big jab now. All his shots he's throwing the guy in the white trunks, he's got his chin up in the air at all times. So he's a sucker for a big right hand, end of the round. And he's like walking back to the corner, but he's got real tired legs. You can tell he's shot his load in that first round. He had a bong in the corners, calmed down. He should have had a pipe coming in with his hands out. He's going to get knocked out. I'm telling you, brutally knocked out. The guy in the white trunks. Wait for it. I haven't seen the fight yet, but he's going to get brutally knocked out. You can't come out like from first round, come out like a steam train, and then second round you look like if you shot your load, and then you've got your hands down by your side and you jump in and leave your chin in the air. The guy in the black trunks now is pretty composed. He's watching everything that's coming in. So the guy in the white trunks is going to get cracked with something. It's only a matter of time. In these next 2 rounds, he's going to get cracked with something nasty. It's coming. Trust me. It's coming. It's coming. This is going to, I think it's going to be a brutal knockout. I can see it coming. Jeez, what is he doing? He just wrestled into the canvas. What is he doing? Guy in the white trunks just wrestled the black guy in the black trunks down to the canvas. If you're wondering why I can't use names, it's because I didn't see their names quickly there. It was flashing past in the introduction, so I didn't really get to see what their names were. But I think this is David Hayes' new signing, Udolfa, something like his name is. I don't want to insult the guy, so that's why I'm using black trunks, white trunks. Right hand over the top. Guy in the black trunks stepping back. He's getting picked off with the jab. The guy in the white is getting his head picked off with the jab. But you can see a right hand is coming from the guy in the black trunks. He's getting his right hand cocked ready. You can see it. The good thing I like about the guy in the black trunks is that he's defensive. He's thinking about defense. The guy in the white trunks is just looking to land big shots, not paying any attention to defense. The guy in the white trunks is what you call defensively irresponsible, and the guy in the black trunks is called defensively responsible. So when you're defensively irresponsible, then there's a consequence you pay for that. So how bad the consequence is depending on how good the guy in front of you is. Big right, and he got caught with there, the guy in the white trunks. He's still pushing forward frontal. Nice body shot there, but there's not much on it. And the other thing is pulling straight back from shots as well. Not great. Coming forward, chin in the air, trying to land shots. Got caught with a right hand on the inside. So just where he got pushed back there, you can see how tired he is. He is tired. He's knackered. He's only fighting now. I'm telling you, he's fighting. This guy in the white trunks is fighting on pure just instincts now. I'm telling you, he's fighting on instinct. He's going to get knocked out. He's not going 6 rounds. That's that big right hand they got caught with. And another right hand. He's backing up now. Rank amateur and takes a knee. Randomly takes a knee. Got in the chin, didn't he? Oh, and he looks in a bad way, you know. Right, he's tired. I think he's more tired than anything. He got caught with a shot with his chin in the proper. He's going to get knocked out. He's going to get knocked out. He looks like a proper amateur in there. He looks like a guy's had really hardly any amateur bouts. He's going to get knocked out. I'm telling you, brutally. He's now coming back into the fight and just leaning on. Big right hand again. He's going to get knocked out. He's straight up. Big right hand again. Pushed into the ropes. He's knackered. I don't know who his manager or his trainer is, but he should not be in this fight tonight. I'm telling you. Right hand again. And another right. He just missed him slightly. Tried a big wing left hook there. The guy in the white trunks. He's standing straight up. Literally straight up. End of the round. Watch where he's going back to the corner now. Exhausted. He's going to... You know what? If I'm his corner now, I'd tell him, you know what? Do not come out for the next round. You are going to get flattened. I'm reading this fight from here, and I'm seeing as a guy in the white trunks is in no fit state to continue. He's in no fit state to continue. He ain't winning the fight. He's not in the same class. He's going to get flattened. He's going to get absolutely flattened. Wait for it. He's going to get nailed. You know when them fights to the knockouts of the year. Wait for it. It's going to be a highlight reel here. You wait when his right hand lands. It's going to be a right hand, and he's going to lay him out flat. I'm sure of it. Boom, flat face forward. You can see it coming. You can see it coming. This guy should not be he should not. If he's a professional ring, he should not be fighting a guy of the other guy's stature. The guy's a good fighter in the black trunks. I'm not saying he's a great fighter. He's a good fighter. This guy in the white trunks should not be getting off his stool. Referee should have. Well, his trainer should have stopped this fight already. Right hand, he's got caught there. Chug, chug, chug forward. Chug, chug, chug. But he's going back now. The train's going. He reminds me of Frank Bruno when he got tagged. That's what he reminds me of. Here he comes. Brave, though. Brave. Too brave for his own good. He's going to walk onto our right hand. Chin straight up in the air. Straight up. Literally standing straight up now. It's tight. He's absolutely knackered. He's just on pure fumes now, mate. I'm telling you. When you start moving voluntarily back to right, wait for it. Big right hand is coming somewhere. He's digging body shots in. He's engaging, which I would advise him to do. Right hand is a big right hand is coming. Wait for it. Left there. He's backing up against the ropes. This is dangerous. This is very dangerous here. He's going to get walked onto a big right hand. He's sagging. He's sagging. He reminds me of Bruno. He's sagging. He's sagging. He's going to get nailed with something nasty. I'm telling you. The guy's taking his time. He's waiting. He's going to hit him with something nasty. I'm telling you. He's too straight up. And he's got no defense. Oh, Jesus. Right hand straight right there. He's going to get nailed something nasty. I'm telling you. It's coming. He's just the boxer's just sitting up. And the black is sitting him up. He's going to get hit with something nasty. It's coming. It is coming. Because he knows he's knackered. And the guy in the black trunks knows it as well. Right hand over the top. It's coming. Body shots. Right over the top. Left hook, right hand. Head in the air. Wait for the right hand. It's coming. Body shot. Right hand's coming. It's coming. I'm surprised he ain't landed it yet. Not yet. It's coming. I'm surprised he hasn't chucked that right hand yet. Body shot. He's still coming forward. It's how the right hand's going to land, though. Got turned. Big right hand. Left hook to the body. Yeah, takes a deep breath with the guy in the white trunks. Stumbling forward. Fight should be stopped. He's got nothing to offer. Absolutely nothing. Left to right. I'm surprised he's still there. I'm surprised he still hasn't been out. Left hook. Right hand. There he goes. Right hand there. Oh, he's got a race rocking. He's going. Wait for it. Chimba. Right hand again. I'm surprised he hasn't got nailed with a big right hand yet. I'm surprised. He's just dared to be knocked out. He's begging to get knocked out. I'm surprised he hasn't gone yet. 16 seconds to the end of this round. Look at him. He's gone. Referees should stop this fight. Oh, my Lord. Look at him. Oh, Lord. End of the round. I don't know how this guy's still up. I gotta stop this fight, man. You gotta stop this fight. It's a joke. Absolute joke. This guy should be stopped. I mean, how many times did he have opportunity to get knocked out there? This fight needs to be stopped. This is how people get hurt in boxing. I mean, yeah, some people get, you know what? Some fighters actually get paid by the amount of rounds they go. And I'm like, yeah, all right, if you do another round, you get paid more money. I don't know what his training is. Is that Alex Wilkie in the corner? I don't think it is. I'm not sure. Wonder if it is. I can't tell. But if I were the other trainer, I would say, you know what? It's two things you could do. You say, you know what? Don't throw any headshots. Just work his body. Just work his body. Or you say to him, you know what? Flip it. Take him out of there. I don't know what his training is. I don't know what that trainer is telling the guy in the white trunks. Look. This referee saying something to him. Let's see what the referee says. No. Yeah. No. He's turning round and the referee is making him taking deep breaths and the referee's looking him in the eye. Oh, here we go. The referee's looking at his state. The referee wants to look him in the eye. Look at him. The referee's looking at him. The referee's looking at him. The doctor's looking at him and told him to go to the neutral corner and back in his corner. And yeah, the doctor didn't see any problem with him. Well, I've seen a problem with him. That doctor himself's got a problem. He's absolutely exhausted. But all right. This is round 5. How this guy's not been knocked out yet, I don't know. But now you now got to take him out, man, because you don't want that on your resume. You had a guy in there. Or just work his body, just land body shots and stop him with body shots. I mean, you've got a guy that's basically there to be knocked out. He's got KO written all over him. KO highlight reel has got written all over this guy. You can't be letting this guy now hang around for 6 rounds after this. This is not good. Unless the trainer's told him not to do it. Right hand, big right hand over the top. What you use is just wait, time, hit with the right hand. Fight's done. Right hand, big right hand. There it is. There's the right hand. Stood up to that one. Another big right hand. Another right hand. There he goes. Bang through the ropes. That's it. Told you. Told you it was coming. Should have done that around beforehand. But there was no need for that. Absolutely no need. What did I say? What did I say? What did I say? Oh, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. What can you say? Oh, Savannah Marshall up now in her second bout. Marshall with the left jab. One thing I like about Marshall, using the jab. Definitely got the Fury style of the jab. Slipping the jab, slipping their opponent. Savannah Marshall. 2-minute rounds. Savannah using the jab. Oh, good shot there, Savannah. Took it well, though. Good shot there, Savannah got caught with. Ties the opponent up. Nice uppercut. Straight right there. Savannah tying her opponent up. Using her nice long arms there, Savannah Marshall. And using the jab. Leaning back and using the jab. And throws a nice uppercut. A right hand from Marshall. Good right hand there for Marshall. Another right and left-right combination there for Marshall. Time. Good right hand. Another right and left and right to the body. And another right hand for Marshall. Good right hand again. And another right hand and left hook. And a right hand to the body. Marshall putting beautiful shots together here. Right hand, left hook, right hand. Body shots. Right hand. Another right hand over top for Marshall. And then one to the body. Right hand again. Good shots here from Savannah Marshall. Great start from her there. But her opponent from Mexico is meant to be very tough. Showing why. Their body shots there. Tying Marshall up there. Right hand again. Marshall gets her. Good right hand again. Oh, my Lord. This is right hand heaven for Marshall at the moment. Oh, an uppercut. Beautiful shot. Picked it again beautifully for Marshall. Everything off the left jab. Right hand combination. Left hook. End of the round. Well, that was the first round. Beat down from Savannah Marshall there. Trained by Peter Fury. Peter said, well, I saw Peter Fury day before yesterday. We sat down and we had a meal together and we were talking about Savannah Marshall. And Savannah was there as well. And he says that Savannah learns, she's a very good fighter. And they're going to take the time. Savannah says she's taking the time as well. It's her story. So Savannah, great uppercut, left hook there. Combination there for Savannah Marshall. So you got these tips there with Peter Fury. So Peter Fury giving Savannah Marshall tips. Peter Fury is a fantastic reader of the game. Absolutely phenomenal. I spent 2 days in camp with Peter Fury, talking tactics, talking philosophy. You know, I'd paid to watch Peter Fury talk boxing. He he's got such a mind about boxing. His mind is like a professor. I'm telling you. Now this is round 2. I don't know how that girl stood up for the first round because she was just taking right hand after right hand. But she proved the old Mexican chin there. This is round 2. Marshall's going after her though. The left jab. Bringing the left jab up from the waist. Same sort of fluid sort of like way to Huey Fury would throw the jab. Similar way that Marshall is throwing her jab. Jab, stepped across and then threw a jab right hand combination. Nice stuff there from Marshall. If you meet Marshall in person, it's one of the nicest girls. Big right hand over the top there. Really one of the nicest girls you'll ever meet. Big smile. Lights up that whole room when you see her. But in the ring, there's no smiling. It's all business. Unfortunately for opponent. Big right hand over the top from Marshall. Marshall looking to load big shots in there again. Her opponent probably wish she didn't connect on the first round now. Left hook, right hand over the top, left hook. Different class Marshall is here. Right hand again. Marshall, right hand, left jab, right hand from Marshall. Big right hand from Marshall there. Another right hand, and down goes her opponent. That was perfectly picked, that right hand. This is round 2. Jeff Hines is giving a count. Are you okay? Are you good to go? No, you're not good to go because you're going to get cumped with another one of them right hands because you ain't got no defense to the right hand. Left hook. Good shot for Marshall. Picked that well. Right hand. Left jab, right hand. Marshall taking her time now. Just waiting to land another one of those big right hands. There you go. Straight through the middle. Yeah. Her opponent was looking for the ropes, and Marshall's won the fight in 2 rounds. Peter Fury gives a little kiss, a little peck on the cheek. Marshall's got the job done in impressive fashion. Well done, Savannah Marshall. Different league, different class. Me versus Marshall. I want to fight her. Like I said, Savannah Marshall is a lovely girl. Beautiful, lovely girl. Beautiful smile. Real great attitude to the game. Dedicated. Watch her train over 2 days. But I tell you, when she gets the ring, she means business. Long arms. Stands at 5'11", Savannah Marshall. And what a lovely girl. What a lovely girl. Great personality. The time I spent around her, so 2 days in camp with her. Plus, this is the 3rd time I've met Savannah Marshall. Or second time I met her. Obviously, 3rd time I met her when I was in the camp. Sort of first day, second day, and 3rd time I've seen her. But yeah, like I said, great girl. And IBF just ordered Pulev versus Miller. Purse bids June 25th. Nice. Eddie working their magic there. So yeah, it would stop Hughie Fury going to fight for the Pulev fight. So yeah, that's about it. I don't think that we need a post-fight, do we? Let's be honest. Do you really need a post-fight for the Savannah Marshall fight? Do you need a post-fight for the Joyce fight? No. Do you need a post-fight for any other fights? Not really. So I hope you've enjoyed the boxing tonight and the commentary. I'm out of here. I may come back later if I can get hold of Stavern or maybe Abel Sanchez or somebody else. I'll do my best. Thank you for watching. This has been BWTM Sports. We're out of here. Thanks again for listening. Good night.